On Monday, February 6th, Love is in the Air begins, and it's everyone's first chance to get the Fool for Love achievement in WoW Classic. This achievement is required to get the Reins of the Violet Proto-Drake, which is a 310% move speed mount, one of only a few mounts with that speed. There's only a limited time to take advantage of getting this mount because Love is in the Air ends on February 20th, which only gives you 2 weeks to complete it, and if you don't get the achievement, you'll have to wait an entire year to get another chance at it. So this is your warning to get this achievement completed. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I would do it. The first thing you're going to want to do when the event starts is get to Orgrimmar or Stormwind and talk to Q Petalfeet. He will offer you a quest that begins with a gift for, depending on which major city you're in, and the objective will be to give a lovely charm bracelet to the leader of the city, like King Varian Rin or Thrall. When you pick up this quest, you'll get a very important item, the Lovely Charm Collector's Kit. This allows you to collect lovely charms off monsters and players that grant you experience or honor, and 10 lovely charms can be combined to form the Lovely Charm Bracelet. It's important to get the Lovely Charm Collector's Kit from the start so that while you're off doing other things, you're actively collecting lovely charms at the same time, which are useful for generating love tokens, the currency used to purchase items from the holiday vendor called the Lovely Merchant. To complete all the achievements for the meta achievement, you'll need a minimum of 108 love tokens, but if you're unlucky, you could need more because of the RNG involved with the bag of heart candies, which we'll get into later on. You can get a maximum of 30 love tokens a day through daily quests, earning 5 per daily quest, but you can also buy love tokens one at a time in exchange for a lovely charm bracelet at the Lovely Merchant. Since we're already in Orgrimmar or Stormwind, I recommend completing your daily quests for tokens, and one of those daily quests is required for the meta achievement, so that is the achievement we'll go after first. That achievement is called Dangerous Love. In order to complete this achievement, you'll need to assist the Steam Weedle Cardle in stopping the sinister Crown Chemical Company plot. This involves completing a daily quest called Crushing the Crown, but it needs to be unlocked though through a short quest chain taking place within Stormwind if you're Alliance or Orgrimmar if you're Horde, so I recommend you do it first while you're there. The first quest is called Uncommon Sense, which has you report to Inspector Snip Snagglebolt if you picked it up from somewhere else. Once there, Snip or Snap if you're Horde, then gives you the next quest called Something Stinks. You need to use the quest item Snagglebolt's Air Analyzer to test 6 guards that are perfumed. From there, the next quest, Pilfering Perfume, will turn you into a running goblin that can't stop. Run to the entrance of Stormwind or Orgrimmar, and right as you exit, follow the wall left and pick up a box, and then run straight back to the quest giver. You only have about 2 minutes to do this. The next quest for the Alliance is Fireworks at the Gilded Rose, which has you turn around and go inside the inn, which is right next to the quest giver, and find Marion on the 2nd floor. For Horde, it's called Snivel's Sweetheart, which involves going to the drag from the quest giver, and then on the first door on the left on the ground level floor, there is Roka, who will give you the next quest, Hot on the Trail. Go to the bank, the auction house, and the barber shop. This is the same for both factions. Once you go to all 3 places, return to Marion or Roka, and the final quest in the chain is a friendly chat. You'll find Snivel right next to the 2nd northmost pier in the Stormwind Harbor, shown on the map here if you're Alliance, and if you're Horde, you'll find him about to board the Zeppelin to Gromgal Stranglethorn Vale. Talk to him, he gives you his ledger, and finally return to Inspector Snip or Snap Snagglebolt. You can now accept the daily quest Crushing the Crown. You'll need to go to Crystal Song Forest in Northrend and destroy a chemical wagon using Snagglebolt's Corium Bomb, and also slay 5 Crown Sprayers, and then return to Inspector Snip or Snap Snagglebolt. When you do, you've completed the first achievement, Dangerous Love. Now, the second daily quest for love tokens is random, but it can be one of 3 different quests. Boban Blitz is one of the 3 and requires you to pass out 10 samples using the Crown Chocolate Sampler. This is as easy as going around town and just using the sampler on 10 different targets. You can even use it on NPCs. The other 2 quests, a Perfect Puff of Perfume and a Cloudlet of Classy Cologne, both involve doing the same thing, using the quest item on 10 targets to pass out samples of cologne and perfume, which again you can just do within the city you're in. The other 4 daily quests are for our second achievement we're going after, called Nation of Adoration. For this achievement, you need to complete the Lovely Charm Bracelet daily quest for each Horde or Alliance capital. There are 4 different quests for 4 different capital cities. The location of the quest giver, Q, is sometimes hard to find, so if you're Horde, you can find him in these locations. For Silvermoon, he is in the Bazaar, I never knew how to say it, near the auction house. For Thunder Bluff, he is in the first First Rise near the auction house. For Orgrimmar, he is near the auction house. For Undercity, he is in the throne room above Undercity. And if you're Alliance, you can find him in these locations. For Stormwind, he's in front of the bank. For Darnassus, he's right near the fishing trainer, just to the north of the bridge leading to Tyrande. For Exodar, he's at the east entrance of Exodar. That's the entrance you probably use 100% of the time. And then for Ironforge, he's in front of the bank around where the holiday events are usually staged. You only need to pick up the quest once to get the Lovely Charm Collector's Kit, and from there I recommend you just collect all 40 Lovely Charms all at once, and then go city to city accepting and turning in the quests so that you aren't constantly going to a city, collecting the charms, going back to that same city, and so on. Just collect all 40 charms and then turn in all 4 all at once, one for each city, and the achievement is complete. You can collect charms while doing other things like Crush the Crown daily quest, and also our next achievement, which is My Love is Like a Red, Red Rose. For this achievement, you need to obtain a bouquet of red or ebon roses during the Love is in the Air celebration. This item has a 100% drop chance off any of the following bosses on normal or heroic: Prince Keliseth, the first boss in Utgard Keep, Prince Taldaram in Ankahet, or the Maiden of Grief in Halls of Stone. Whether it's a bouquet of red roses or ebon roses is random. After doing all of your Love is in the Air daily quest for 3 days, you'll naturally complete the next achievement, which is Charming. This achievement requires you to craft 12 Lovely Charm bracelets. 4 of the 6 daily quests involve crafting a Lovely Charm bracelet and giving it to the leader of the major city, so after 3 days of 4 crafts, you'll have completed the 12 needed for this achievement. At this point, you should have a bunch of love tokens, hopefully over 100, which is what we'll need for the rest of the achievements. I recommend starting with the next achievement I'll go over, called Be Mine, because there is RNG involved and you may need to keep collecting more love tokens if you got unlucky here. For Be Mine, you need to eat the 8 different bag of candies, heart candies. So buy a bag of heart candies for 2 love tokens and open it repeatedly until you've got all your heart candies out. If you don't have 8 different candies, you need to go buy another bag and empty it again, and do this over and over until you count 8 different heart candies. And you can tell they're different because they won't stack if they aren't the same. So eat 1 of each of the unique heart candies until you've eaten 8 different heart candies, and the Be Mine achievement is complete. Now while you're at the vendor, you can easily complete the next achievement called the Rocket's Pink Glare. Just like during the Lunar Festival when you needed to shoot off 10 rockets fast, this is the exact same thing. Purchase 10 love rockets and then fire them off as fast as you can, and this achievement is complete. The next achievement to complete while you're in town at this vendor is Shafted. Buy 10 silver shafted arrows and use them on 10 different players around the city, and this achievement is complete. Super easy achievement. Now the next achievements are going to require you to actually move around and away from the vendor, so I recommend buying a couple things before you leave. Buy 15 handful of rose petals. You only need 12, but they're sold in stacks of 5, those scam artists. Buy 5 love fools, 1 perfume of your choice, not cologne though, make sure it's perfume, 1 box of chocolates, and 1 romantic picnic basket. You'll also need some alcohol. Most players probably don't know off the top of their head where to get some, so head to the Orgrimmar Inn, and Barkeep Morag supplies liquor if you're Horde, and if you're Alliance, on the opposite side of the Stormwind Inn, there's actually a wine shop. You can go pick up a bunch of alcohol there. Now you'll need enough to get completely smashed, so don't be shy when purchasing. I'm talking at least a sack of 20 if it's a typical beverage, or maybe 10 or so if we're talking a strong beverage, something like a jug of bourbon. Now for the next achievement I recommend we go after is Fistful of Love. You'll need to use a handful of rose petals on each of the race class combinations listed. There's 11 total, and the best method to get this done, in my opinion, is to go to Dalaran and find as many as you can there, probably going to be mostly your own faction considering faction balance, and then head to Alterac Valley to find the others, and you could also queue up for Wintergrasp if it's available. Use your handful of rose petals on each one, and this achievement is complete. Now while you're in Dalaran, I recommend doing the next achievement called Lonely. You'll want to use your romantic picnic basket somewhere in a high traffic part of town, because you'll need another player to right click your basket and enjoy the picnic with you. And when someone sits down, you need to open up your box of chocolates and eat the buttermilk delight while that player is still still sitting with you. Do that successfully and you'll complete the lonely achievement. Sounds hilarious. By eating that chocolate, you also just started the next achievement called Sweet Tooth. For this, you'll need to eat a Buttermilk Delight, Dark Desire, Very Berry Cream, and Sweet Surprise. Since you just ate the Buttermilk Delight for the lonely achievement right before this, just eat the other 3 that you got when you open the bag of chocolates, and this achievement is complete. Now the next achievement is going to require some traveling. This achievement is called I Pitied the Fool. You'll need those 5 Love Fool target dummies, and I recommend queuing up for Arathi Basin right away, since you'll need to go to the Arathi Basin blacksmith and slash pity the Love Fool once you place it down. Since you just came out of the battleground in Dalaran, I would then head to Wintergrasp. I'd stay outside of the fortress for this one and just place a Love Fool and slash pity it there. Next closest is Naxxramas. You need to actually go inside the instance for this one, so grab a friend, make it a raid, and go inside. You'll also need to summon the Love Fool in the Culling of Stratholme, so find a group for that or just run it solo. Just go inside from the Dalaran portal and use it inside of the actual instance. And finally, the last place you need to use the Love Fool and pity it is the Battle Ring of Gurubashi Arena. Now I recommend taking the Ironforge portal if you're Alliance or the Undercity portal if you're Horde, because we're going to make a quick stop before we head to the Gurubashi Arena, which is our final achievement for the holiday, which is called Flirt with Disaster. You'll need to find Jeremiah Payson if you're Horde. He's a cockroach vendor near the bank in the center of the Undercity. Or if you're Alliance, find Saraz. He's the pie vendor who circles the inner ring of Ironforge. Next, once you've found them and are standing next to them, get completely smashed. You need to see the text box that your character is completely smashed. Then put on some perfume and throw a handful of rose petals on Jeremiah or Saraz, and then finally kiss him. Congratulations, you've just completed the achievement Flirt with Disaster. Don't forget to head to the Gurubashi Arena and finish up the I Pitied the Fool achievement. Once you complete that last achievement, that's it. You've successfully completed the Fistful of Love achievement and are one step closer to the Violet Proto-Drake. I'll be making videos for the next achievements for the Violet Proto-Drake, so like and subscribe so you don't forget when the next holiday comes out, and together we'll both have our Violet Proto-Drakes. I've also got another awesome video coming out soon that you won't want to miss, but while you wait, you might like this video right above my head. I'll see you there.